Hi there and welcome to Africa Beyond Borders. I'm your host, Sarai Mentor, and we get to chat here to amazing Africans who've traveled beyond their homes. It's real, authentic stories, big dreams, and all about how we carry our culture beyond and to the world. Today, we are joined by Haymich Oliver, who's here to share us about his travel journeys, and I'm just here to listen. Honestly, this is about to be a very deep conversation, and I'm looking forward to it. Hi, Haymich.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to have you. This is so cool. For those who don't know, I look up to Haymich so much. Haymich is a director, well, rather a choreographer. He's also a teacher who's traveled the world and has done so many amazing things, but he's going to share that with you guys. So getting into it, please introduce yourself and just a bit about your background.
Okay. As you said, my name is Haymich Oliver. I grew up in Rehoboth, actually. I graduated high school from Concordia College in Windhoek. I did my first undergrad degree at the University of, which was at the time Port Elizabeth. It is now Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University or something like that. I came back to Windhoek for a little while, then moved to the UK for a while, then came back, and then I decided to change my career. I went to go study dance at the University of Cape Town. When I finished, I returned to Windhoek and I worked here for about 10 years before I then traveled to the States. Did my master's there, and I've been back for about 3 years now. Yeah.
Wow. So initially you studied what was
I did
it
a
first?
BCom degree. I was working in finance offices as
wow.
I wasn't quite an accountant, but like a finance clerk. I was helping to compile balance sheets and trial balances and paying and credits and
So you
all
went
of that.
You went from balancing sheets to balancing the dance floor.
Well, I'm still trying.
That is so cool. That is I have so many questions, how did you adapt? But anyways, getting into it, firstly, what was the biggest shock for you when you left home for the first time? How old were you then?
I left home for the first time when I was about 18. Well, that was just to South Africa. When I traveled internationally, I was, I think, about 22. The shock was how expensive everything is. And how bad food is in the rest of the world. The best food is at home, always, no matter where you travel.
Best food is at
we don't
home.
have a very big variety, but what we get is really very good. So that was the first shock. And also how big places are, how long it takes to get from one neighborhood to the next. But at the same time, also how much you can do in a day because of undergrounds, and how much you can experience in a day because of public transport.
Wow.
The other shock is how unfriendly people can be, especially in the UK during winter because everyone is cold and rushing from one place to the next. And I arrived in the UK during winter. It was November.
What a welcome.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was cold, and I had to find a job within a week. And I had just enough saved up to basically leave home and be there for a week.
Okay, so you are telling me you had 7 days when you landed in the UK to sort out your life, move in, get a job, and handle the cold.
Oh yeah, yes, absolutely. I didn't have time. There was no time. I just had to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm even just processing that right now. I really want to know, did you see, because you did mention that how people are different, how food is different, what would you say was the biggest comparison to South Africa and UK?
I think that when I was in Port Elizabeth, I think it's the first thing that I can think about is that how many cultures are in one space.
Okay.
Yeah, Port Elizabeth, Eastern Cape, so the culture is also very specific. And, but in the UK, there's so much from one neighborhood to the next or from one suburb to the next. That was interesting, and how a whole lot of things change. Like the type of body that you would see on the street, the type of food that they would sell in the cafe down the road, the type of fashion that they would sell in that, you know, all of that, how much can change from, I don't know, from Shoreditch to Old Street, if I remember the names correctly. But I think, yes, that was where I got my first job, that area.
Wow, in Old Street.
Old Street, yes, totally Old Street.
That is very, very cool. Like, so you're basically saying even if we're in the same city, there's multiple cultures that you had to adapt to.
Yes, totally, totally.
What was the most difficult culture to adapt to?
The English.
Oh, okay.
Because I think that they felt that everyone was too foreign, you know, because everyone was occupying space that pretty much what Trump is doing in America right now. But that was then, and I mean, that was just me and this one also feeling foreign and feeling different.
Yes.
It was, and I think that as foreigners, it's easier to relate that when you are from a place that, you know, everyone feels foreign to you. Yeah.
Oh. Did you have like a group of people that were also from other countries?
Oh yeah, yeah. So when I arrived, I lived in backpackers, of course.
Backpackers?
So yeah, so
is that a place's name, or is
it's like a backpackers? I don't know what they call it now. Basically, it is like a backpackers hostel. So
okay.
It's set up for young people that's traveling, and then so a lot of people from different places would then come through these doors. And my first week that I stayed in the backpackers, I can't remember which part of the UK. I think it was more towards the West End, and which part of London. So then, of course, you meet a lot of people from different places. And when I settled in, I moved into a house with, trying to remember, I think there was 18 of us living in the house, and there was 6 rooms. So it was like 3 people to a room, something like that. And there are people from all over, from Peru, Australia to Italy and France, and then, of course, Namibia.
Oh,
that was very exciting because then you get to meet people and listen to different accents and understand their home story, and that was a really cool part of experiencing a foreign country. And that is also when you feel the camaraderie of people from different places, because we are all foreign in the UK. No? Yeah.
It is very interesting. I want to know, like, what heritage background do you come from, and how did you get to share that with your backpackers, if I may say?
Yeah, for sure. My mother's family, well, my heritage is based between South Africa and Namibia. Yeah. My mother's family, my grandmother's from the Western Cape. Yeah, she's passed on. And my grandfather from my mother's side, maternal grandfather, was Namibian. And from my paternal grandparents, Namibian, but their grandparents were from South Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's mostly a mix of Eastern Cape, southern Namibian people. You know,
yeah, we're very connected as well.
Yes.
It's like it's just a borderline.
Yeah.
It's not like we're flying.
Yeah.
But how did you use that to influence the people that you were with in UK?
Well, I think that generally Namibians are very friendly people, very open people, very warm people. So it was easy to attract people to me in that way, because I think my resting face is generally quite friendly.
Okay.
In that way that it's easy to, and also food.
You were like, I'm cooking for you guys.
Well, just when you cook, people are like, what is that? You know, like, that smells nice. And then a conversation would start from there. And because we had to share this one kitchen, which was not always clean, and, you know, so a conversation would start from those things. And they were always interested in what home was like, because they had no real reference of Namibia, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were the proud representative of the country.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you move around.
That was beautiful to hear. I do know that you've also been to Zambia, you've been to Malaysia, UK, as you mentioned as well. So I just want to hear the funnest interaction you had with someone from one of these countries.
The one that jumps to mind, I mean, I've had many different really, really cool experiences, but the one that jumps to mind is 2018 I went on a training course for 10 days in Senegal at like a dance school of what people considered to be the founder of African contemporary dance in Africa, Jermaine Akonyem. And there was a bunch of us, once again, from all over the world. And there was this, and we got tired of the food. See, it always comes back to food. So the night before we left, like our last night, we gathered in this very small, extremely quaint, it was a village where the school was based, little restaurant. It had a pool in it, a small pool and a small dance floor and pizza. And it was just a very joyous, fun, easygoing. We were happy and sad, happy to be together, and happy to leave. Sad to leave, but happy to be going home in that way.
Yes.
So that was a really nice experience, for sure. And then there was one time while I was living in the UK, I did 2 months backpacking, just a bag on my back. From Greece to Spain, and I met this bunch of travelers on a boat from Greece to Brindisi, which is, I don't know if I pronounced the name correctly, but it's like the town on the tip of the heel of the boot. Like if you imagine the map of Italy, yes, the heel part. And we then traveled through Italy for the next week or so together. And there was also, it's always this chance meeting of people that you have something in common with, and that has the same sense of values, or value system in terms of caring and loving and inviting and friendly, and have stories to tell and are good listeners, you know, those kind of things that creates a bit of a community for a moment, you know.
Yes.
And then it becomes interesting, like, you know, there's memories, you build memories and things to look back on, stories to tell.
Stories to tell. As the 18-year-old who left home now to South Africa for the first time, can you reflect back on how you developed as a person till today, like just how you've changed?
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. It is, I mean, my story is also maybe not that different today, but was at the time, because I think that there's a lot of young people that understand who it is they are and what it is they want to do much earlier on in life. It took me a while. I mean, I knew that I was artistic in school already, but there wasn't a lot of career options, and it wasn't encouraged. So it took me a while to start grounding my own, or being confident about my own artistry, and understand that it's important to me and that I want to live it out. So that was a journey on its own, and to identify that the choices that I have right now, or the places that I'm in right now in terms of what I'm studying, the environments in which that I occupy because of the studies, they don't really feed me, and I'm not really necessarily interested in it, or the type of dynamic that takes place in this very corporate environment.
Yes.
So I had to outgrow it and understand how to be confident in my own choices.
Yes.
And that took some time. And to some extent, I mean, I feel like I only really believe in one thing. I only really believe in health. I think that healthy things grow and unhealthy things die. I think that's the basic thing about life. And so I seek growth consistently as a way of staying healthy, or as a result of staying healthy. And so from that point of view, I'm still finding ways in which to be confident and sincere about what it is I'm doing right now as a choreographer. It's still difficult in Namibia. In the world generally, I mean, I think that to be an artist in any society, at any time of any place in the world, any time of the year is difficult. But I think that dance is even more difficult. And I don't really know why, because so many people can be affected by an artistic process.
Yes.
You know, not just me as the choreographer, but also you as the dancer, and then the audience. And in that moment, we create a very small community. And if it is a positive experience or something that speaks about something important, everyone is informed about it.
Yes.
You know, and in that moment, we create a community that shares a specific kind of information that hopefully allows for growth and for health. You know, yeah. Sorry.
No,
I went in a different direction with
that was just so beautiful. It made me want to ask you, when you met other foreigners as well who come from a bigger background that you have, so comparing you that came from Namibia and meeting someone actually from UK who's actively pursuing art, what did you notice that those artists are struggling abroad as well with?
I think that the one thing is always difficult is funding. Even when I was because the most recent experience was going to Germany last year, and before that was going to the US, and I would refer to US because I was there for longer than I was in Germany last year. And the thing that is the same for everyone is finances, you know. And because it's finances, it is also then lifestyle, your choices that you, and then it's also that can also sometimes be health because of access to health services. And then it can also be mental health because you're constantly juggling so much, and then to understand how to ground your own mental health. And community,
Yes.
maintaining a strong community. Those things are the same for us and for them, regardless.
I think it's very, very beautiful how I think to me it sounds like passion is the first thing that you need, because it's not an easy industry to pursue.
No, it's not, because you have to have a reason to want to do it every day. And it's more than the feeling in the body when you dance, you know? It's more than the kinetic experience. It needs to be more than the kinetic experience.
Like you said, community. It's, you don't know what message you can send. Dance is just so powerful.
Yeah.
It's a powerful tool.
Yeah. Just this weekend I was working with a group of students, primary school students, in Omamas, which I don't know if you know where Omamas is.
Omamas? No, I don't. It sounds nice.
Yeah, it's a really cute, cool village. It is, I think, about 20 kilometers from Kalkrand.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was their first experience with engaging with dance and with a choreographer.
Wow.
And they were very shy. There was two things that happened in the beginning on our first meeting. The one thing is that either they are super shy, because they have zero reference of how to be, or the other thing is that the ego would show up completely, so they would have this mask to shelter their vulnerability. Okay. So it took a moment to negotiate those spaces and for them to understand that I'm not here to shame you or blame you or to make you feel like any less. In fact, I'm here to try and get you to understand how to feel your strongest, how to understand who you are really and stand in your power. And only when they understood that, then you see the transformation in the way that they show up and the willingness to be. Because I think that people still think that dance is about a 5, 6, 7, 8. But it really isn't. It's about embodying your power, understanding your confidence, understanding your power, and embodying it and owning and claiming space. And for people like us, BIPOC people, Black, Indigenous, people of color, that lived in an environment that suffered apartheid, I think that is dealing with generational trauma. I think it is extremely important work to teach people how to stand in their power.
And you're using dance, and the same thing would happen to you. You left your accounting and you pursued something, and not only were you more happier, but you accessed the part of you of confidence and being true to your decisions. That I think that's very beautiful for you sharing. Before we continue, we're just going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Africa Beyond Borders. I'm your host, Sarai Mentor. Today we're joined by Haymich Oliver, who's here to share his experiences and journey around the world. So just getting back into our conversation, I just want to know from you as a traveler who has been to so many countries, what is one lesson that you carried consistently every time you traveled?
The traveling is really cool, but staying in customs is awful.
Yeah.
No, seriously, that people are the same regardless of where you go. That people respond easier when you show a friendly face,
Mm-hmm.
and that please and thank you are universal.
Ooh.
People respond to a please and a thank you and a
Mm-hmm.
friendly smile with it.
Mm-hmm.
That it's easy to think that people are different, or to first look at how people are different.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more difficult to understand that we are actually at the core the same. We are one. We are connected in a way that we don't understand, but we are definitely connected. And that our struggles, even if you think that our struggles in Namibia are so unique, they're not that unique. People are struggling with the same things in that little village in Senegal that I went to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's just beautiful to hear. What is something that you're actively doing now that you've learned from your traveling back home? I mean, abroad.
I think it is treating everyone with the same kind of respect, that no one deserves respect more than someone else does.
Oh.
Yeah, that not the cleaner or the person that puts the petrol in your car is not worthy of less respect or of dismissive behavior, more than maybe the minister when I should meet her, or that everyone is worthy of the same level of respect and authenticity and honesty and sincerity when you interact with them. Yeah, I think that's it.
I'm just learning so much from you, and I totally agree with that. Like as well, when I traveled, respect and everyone facing the same problem is really the foundation of everything. Yeah. And it's just so beautiful to hear.
And in that way, we are not that different. You know, we
really
live
not.
in different, we speak different countries, we have a different gene pool, we eat different food, we live in different parts of the world. But essentially, in the core of us, we are not that different. We are all trying to have the same experience, which is of joy and of love. That's basically it.
That is just beautiful. We should quote that. Like put a title card over that.
Sweet.
To end off, I just want to hear, because you did mention food, how food is such a big deal for you. Is there still a recipe that you're currently doing that you learned maybe from a friend?
You know, when I was in the States, it's funny that you're asking because I have all of the things in the car right now.
That's so cool.
When I was in the States, I discovered Chinese dumplings. There was this Japanese restaurant close to where I stayed that served the most amazing Chinese dumplings. And when I got here, I realized I don't know where to find it. And in the States, they would sell it frozen, and then you can just go cook it at home. And I've not found a store yet. I'm sure that there is. I probably haven't looked properly yet. But that is the thing that I really enjoy, and that I cook. And my nephew really likes it too. So yeah.
So you bring it back into your house.
Yes,
back into
exactly.
Your home.
Yeah, that and miso soup.
Miso soup. What is miso soup?
Miso soup is also like as a Japanese soup. It's very brothy. It's very simple. I asked my friend to bring me miso paste because I can't find it here.
Okay.
It's basically green onions and water and miso paste and tofu and some other small vegetables. But it's really yummy.
I need
it's
to
very
try
nice.
this.
Yeah, if you can find it too. You know, Daisu sells it.
Daisu?
Yeah.
Daisu. Okay, that's very cool. I want to try this because if you brought it back home and you still continue eating it, then it's definitely worth a try. Good. Thank you so much for joining us today, Haymich. It was just lovely hearing your stories today, and thank you for inspiring this country and continue to spread the lessons that you've learned with so many communities.
I appreciate
Thank you so much for
you.
that. Thank you guys for joining us on Africa Beyond Borders. If this is something that interests you, you can join us every Monday at 8:30 p.m. on DSTV channel 285, GoTV channel 25, and 1up2.com. See you then.